just in time. Duday kept it alive to his detriment. Ryan Allen.
Playing for each other means a world of difference.
Yeah, it was a centre-half forward as an All-Australian under-18. Oscar Allen, really a half-forward flank in a way. Not a full forward, but he pulls that to the left. So we'll see where handball not so good. Brown caught, not a legal handball. Yo wants to play on. Bends it around the body to the pocket. Archie stalked it. I don't think he and Darling were on the same page. Darling was on a good page though. Gave to Allen and he missed it.
There's twice Darling just hasn't read the play. He probably needed to
take and honour that lead.
Redden. Beautiful kick to Cripps, who if he collects it he can go. Needs a kind bounce. Hemmed in. Heads long. Allen or a goal. Take your pick. He's apologising. He says, sorry, mate, but I'm going to have to kick this myself if you don't mind. And slippers it through.
He's just apologising again. I reckon he knew exactly where he was standing on the ground. It's accessing the other side of the ground and really make the Adelaide defenders defend the whole ground. And although the kick missed here for Cripps, he had time and space because the Adelaide defenders just didn't squeeze up.
So young McPherson's gone out to pressure the ball, but never really pressured the ball. That's his opponent there, marks on the line. And
I think it's fair enough that he marked the ball. It was close to the goal post. You don't necessarily know where the ball's going through, but I think Cripps may have been passing it as well. So
coming in on an angle like that, you've got an excuse every time. You can't be sure. The ball's coming in down the...
The clearance again. Oscar Allen doing some ruck work. Hamill, crunch. Play on to advantage. Redden sizes up from 48. Got it. Put it in the book. And they're on fire
now. But it doesn't matter that it was called holding the ball, because if it wasn't, they had flow on play anyway. They gathered the proceeds of that.
They can smell some blood here. The West Coast Eagles. Kelly towards full forward. Hardigan needs this to go through from behind. Well played by Ryan. Slapped it out to Darling. Bends it around. Huge team goal. One of the best of the year.
In Jack Darling, see, just outbodies his opponent, but the ability for Ryan just to keep the ball in and not let the play finish right there. He didn't accept that it was going to be a point. And well done. Nice little snap around the body. So both West Coast Eagles players here just didn't concede that it was going to go through for a point. And you're right, Dwayne, it just feels like they've just gone to another level now. And it was evident last week, just the inability for the Adelaide players to hit, dragging his opponent with him and allowing someone else to come in.
Great to have four-time premiership star Jordan Lewis, five-time premiership star Dermot Brereton as Darling marks this and downstairs
from the back, just in that 25 to 30 metre from the goal face zone, which Kennedy and this man Darling have had open and leading space.
Bends it around a bit too hard. She had some hook on that. Laird. Lynch inside. Smith blasts it long. Can they get a target over the back? Still a little sneaky chance from McAdam. Hearn with the experience. McHenry. McAdam goes off the carpet. Nearly missed it behind. Laird. They're best and fairest for a couple of years ago. They need him to find a target, and they do. Frampton. Well read, guys.
But there's 3 or 4 other West Coast Eagles players that could have gone.
Could have gone, yeah. But that still doesn't exonerate the free kick.
Frampton, who is a WA boy, sneaks it in and gives it some life again.
Out of the contest.
Well, he's just an arm around his chest. He could have fought through it.
He drags an arm over his shoulder.
Oh, he exaggerated it there late. You've got to fight through that and continue on with the play, Derm.
Yes, you do, but it's not as if it didn't happen, Geordie.
So you look at the 3 West Coast defenders there behind the play. They had an opportunity to fly as well.
Yeah.
Flicked wide. Matt Crouch bends it square. And the mark to Stengel. Inside the field of play. This for 2 goals in a row for Adelaide. Opens it up, and he blows it across the face. Wow. Ryan turned into a tackle. Got it back to Darling. 1 minute left in the quarter. Kelly hands it up. Nelson on his left. Didn't want to waste it. Floats it over the headline. fly to Ainsworth. From Esperance, good 7-hour drive from Perth. And he sneaks it home. That stops the Adelaide momentum.
Side opportunities.
Here you go. Look at that. The recipient could have taken a hanger from that.
Well, sometimes when you got no option, you just try and bang it forward.
Well, that's the Richmond style, isn't it? Take the ground in front of you. Clever kick by...
Okay, Liam Ryan, as we see, he flies through here and bang! Oh. Okay. Midfield. Kelly waits. Knew the tackle was on. Keys hands it back to Smith. Weaves his way nicely through them. Hamill, good 360 turn. Gave it back to Smith. Long launch looks good. Frampton can't get there. It beats them all home. Brilliant. Awesome. Fantastic to watch for the Adelaide Crows fans.
As he runs back. Fantastic play. Wonderful. And we look at that. But he's not without a case here. He was held by Billy Frampton, who stopped him running back first.
Well, this is like nearly the first play of the game, wasn't it?
Yep.
You know, Brodie Smith involved 2 or 3 times.
Look, you see the jumper strings. Yeah, he's had a good view of that. Well done, wonderful play, though.
But I like it because at some stage they had to take the ball forward. So they went side to side to try and draw the West Coast Eagles defence out. And it took Brodie Smith and a little bit of Hamill there. Here we see.
This is what Barras was screaming about. Now, Eleni's probably got the same view. She's out.
Set up a wall, but it floats over Hardigan. Waterman. Yo. Open space ahead here for the West Coast. Darling looks up. Options are plenty. Cripps in space. He could go all the way home. Lines it up from 45. As good as it gets.
Followed Kennedy out, so it had to be a perfect kick in the end. So I reckon it was almost. See Talia there. Kelly follows him up the ground now. Oh no, he second guesses, comes back. It's his only option in there.
On the run was pretty good, but the delivery from McPherson couldn't quite find a chest. McKay to Sloan. Pop pass is good to McAdam.
Now one thing again.
He's hurt himself.
Oh,
he's hurt himself on the landing.
Hits the ground, the left ankle.
So Sloan takes his kick and slots it beautifully. Class finish.
Left foot, watch it roll out. There, just for, see, just twitch outwards a little bit. A tweak on the ankle.
Is he allowed to stay on if he's not able to take his kick?
Yes.
He's allowed, is he?
Yeah, well, he can't take the kick, so he's making his way to the boundary and he comes good. Bad luck. Play on.
Right. He just doesn't get the shot at goal.
Yeah,
right.
you can't say, hey, you couldn't take your...
Gaff.
He's gotten busy in the last 5 minutes.
Pick off from Smith. Off and running. Just kicked a monster goal. Heads long. He's kicked. No. He's got lead short. Sends it long. Well read by McPherson, who's had a pretty good first game. Slapped out to him, so won a possession and gave it to Yo, who was also in that hole. Ryan, finally.
So the safe thing for the Adelaide Crows.
It was the West Coast defending outside that made that decision to come inside.
A couple of skip steps for their 10th goal of the game. Slots it. And they're just building beautifully.
It's really well, you see there. So it made McKay make a really hard decision and try and bite off more than he possibly wanted to in the end. There was a centre-forward turnover, and Elliot Yeo just bombs it in there. When you get a turnover centre-forward and you've got the ability to go quick and give your forwards a chance to compete one-on-one, especially with the talent of Liam Ryan up there, becomes a really difficult position to be in.
I don't think Talia was expecting him to sneak on through the opening there and jump from where he did.
Matt Crouch, Keys, Smith, who has given them a lot of life on the lazy Susan on the wing with the 360. Going nowhere though, the Crows. Brad Crouch, Mackesy, Hamill, caught, gone, dumped, holding the ball.
The natural enemy of the handball game is the tackle, and they kept handballing around in circles until they met their fate. They won the final quarter by a point though, the Adelaide Crows, which is a